craft things. Be a crafter of any sort. If you're gonna be like a douchebag, you could actually have all the skills. But then you say screw everyone else and you just do it yourself. That'll be a job for you. So what crafting is. Every job, or every crafter job, I should say, has their own niche. They're all the same pretty much. They have their own basic abilities. The only difference is that others is that you have specialization, which that's pretty much it. You don't access specialization until you get in the Heavensward area, so that would be a level 60 thing. Which I have a specialization thing. Think high. It's level 55 actually. So basics. Well, you have basic sentences, which is your progress bar, which I'll be showing. I'm going to use my test dummy for my custom delivery. So, use my highest of hope. So this is the interface. You have durability. Every action you do that requires a progress or quality, it takes X amount of durability. Normally it's 10 points. If you exceed the required durability, you fail. Straight up. Game over. No recovery. You're done. You failed. Have a nice day. Good sir. So, progress, obviously, simple enough, is how much you need to fill up, which is I need 20,000 or 2029 to fill up. And it'll complete the item. Quality, it makes it high quality if it's available. Or, in this case, what I'm using right now is collectability, which is a collectible option. Either way, you're filling up the gauge and makes it high quality, or makes a collectability really high to hand in said items, which was characters like the custom deliveries, which I'm doing right now, or Rinoa for House of Splendors, which right there. And then Baywai, this is Heavensward's area. So this is the crafting section area in Heavensward in Elyshire. So, and you have condition. There's 3 versions, well, 4 of them. You have normal, which doesn't do anything. You have good, that gives you, I think, a 150% buff to your quality streak, or something like that. And there's excellent, and that's 400 times the modifier, which is ridiculous. But after you use a quality or action, or I should say, just straight up action, because anything you do, it'll go back to normal. But when it's an excellent, it goes to poor, which whatever quality buttons abilities you use, it's going to be at 50%. So you don't want to do that when it's poor. You want to use action that'll go back to normal status and just resume what you're doing. So I'll quit this out, because I'm not using any items because I didn't do an action on this. So this is your interface for your crafting. There's a lot of shit. For me, because I'm max level, I have recipes up to level 80. So various things, various skills. It's like carpenter. Usually it's more housing furnishings, dragoon weapons, bow users for archers and bards. Sometimes boots, sometimes gloves, sometimes earrings or accessories, I should say, and maybe an occasional hat or two. Blacksmithing, all metal related. Sometimes every one of them has housing of some sort, because you have option in this. It's more focused toward weaponry of a melee types, more likely. Yeah, pretty much melee plus the tools for your other crafters' jobs. Armor, simple enough. Make an armor. You're just anything that is more tank oriented, really. Sometimes, occasionally, you might have a few melee jobs that should be associated, like I don't know, a dragoon, for example. Goldsmith, more focused on jewelry or accessories in this case. Red whip mage weapons sometimes. Machinist a lot often. leatherworker, more for the casters or monk jobs or samurai for armor wise. Sometimes monk weapons, sometimes. Weavers, straight up caster gear, pretty much. Sometimes accessories, because ribbons, which is a staple of the Final Fantasy series. Alchemist, more likely for the Arcanist, Scholar, or Summoner books. Making potions, various types. This is a job that actually you do orchestron rolls, which, you know, the songs that you usually play in your house or you're in. So usually it's like this, for example. Has all the song lists. You can craft your songs if you have a particular dungeon that does that. Culinary, and simple enough. Food. Give you food buffs. You get some very good stuff. You know, critical up, all that such. And as I said before, when you fill up the gauge, you get high quality, which I press a button. This is what the icon is. Oh, actually, I won't throw it. I can't do it. But you see the icon next to the sausage links. And plus, you look at the icon, it's kind of highlighted, a little shiny. So that's high quality. It's like, this is normal quality, what the stats are. This is what high quality when the stats are made that way. Let's say for armor, for example. It's like you see this, now high quality. Big significant difference on the stats. Especially armor, it's like 263 armor and it goes to, or 38 magic defense armor and it goes to 431. That's pretty significant. And if you have the whole set, you know, 6 pieces of armor and you're making all this stuff, that adds up. So that's pretty much the gist of it. So whatever level you're at, you have a certain recipe. Usually it's within the 5 level range, so if you're level 1, you only can go up to level 1 to 5. Once you hit level, like, around 4 or 5, you start hitting, like, 6 and 10 area. And it just goes from there as you go. Main ingredient you're always gonna need is crystals, shards, and clusters. Low levels, usually it starts with shards. Once you get in the mediocre levels or high end, you start using crystals of various sorts. And for the super hard recipes, like the orchestron rolls, or you're making high-end game content stuff related, for each expansion, or even the vanilla, which is Realm Reborn, they all use clusters. So, easy recipes, advanced recipes, endgame recipes. Shards, you can buy them the market. All 3 of them, all 3 types, you can buy on the market board. Sometimes you can get a deal. Sometimes you really don't. And trust me, some people gouge the prices like crazy on the market board. Shards, you can get them easily from either gardening, because you have a botanist ability. If you're a botanist, it's really good. Where is it? Oh wait, I think it's these things. Sorry. No, I can farm them. Where is it? Sorry, this is taking a little longer. No, there's a farming method. Ah, there we are. So you can farm it off fire seeds. They're hidden, which it's not guaranteed. When it's hidden, if you're gathering, it means it's like it could. There's a chance it could be there when you farm it, unless you're a high level gatherer. Then you can unhidden it somehow. But I will make a different video about how gathering works. But you can do that. Get seeds, go to garden, plant them up. Advisable use shroud seeds. I think level 1 gives you like basically you get 50 shards per garden slot you take. I think if you use Shroud Seeds 1, I think it goes up to like 60 or something like that. Shroud 2, I think it goes up to 75, and Shroud 3 goes to straight at 100. So it pretty much doubles up. I think it's like probably like a 10, 30, 50% increase or something like that, or 100% increase or something like that. But so that's the main thing you need to have always. Particular crafts actually more focus on, like let's say for armor, it's more focused on fire and ice. Blacksmith, more on fire. Goldsmith, I think it's like more focused on light, earth. Weaver, I think it's more focused on lightning. Earth for leatherworker. I think it's like fire, ice, or water for culinarian. Depends on what recipe you're doing. But yeah, certain ones are more focused on them. Like I said, back to the market board bit, the most common one these days is so far has been fire and ice. So they're going to be the most gouged type items out in the market board. Everything else is probably going to be like cheaper because no one uses them because they're the least used crystals, whatever. Crystal shards, clusters. Components, I should say. That's the word better looking for. So, get to the basics here. So far in 5.2, everyone's the same. Everyone has there's no difference from each other, because in the past they actually had their own niche of whatever they do. So, basic synthesis, like I said, ups your progress bar. When you see his efficiency, it's whatever your skill level, because you'll see stats. Like, let's see, let's try to craft one again. Go back to my thing. Actually. Archive. So, in 5.2, they gave us a thing called calculations. So, if I use basic synthesis, which shows it right there, my progress will increase by 994 with my current setup of stats on my gear. So that's what it does at that level. And if I use rapid synthesis 500 times efficiency, but I have a chance of failing, it gives me 4,145 progress, which way exceeds this progress bar. But I have a 50% chance to fail. Let's see. Let's go back to the skills thing. So, like I said, efficiency, that's how much of whatever your stat is. So, for me, I get a 20% boost. So, efficiency is standard is 100, and then anything past that is the percentage bonus you're getting. So, if my progress normally is like 500, and I get a 20% bonus, I get 100 extra points, pretty much. Same thing for basic touch, but this ups quality, which is efficiency of 100, but it's success rate. That's another thing, success rate. You gotta look at that. Be very careful, because it's a risk versus reward type of thing. It's like rapid synthesis. Oh, efficiency 500, but there's a 50% chance you might hit the skill, but there's a 50% chance you'll fail and it didn't do anything. Master's Mend restores durability, which, you know, like I said, you hit 0 durability, you broke the item. You want to keep the durability much as high, or try not to use too much durability when you're using. Hasty Touch, it's 100 efficiency, but it's 60% success rate. Why would you want to use that? Well, there's reasons for that, because one, I didn't get into this, is CP, crafting points. So, unlike Battle, you know, you have MP, it has crafting points. And you have hit points, but that doesn't mean anything because you're usually crafting in a safe zone, like I am. So you have crafting points. I think you start off at 300 in the beginning of the game. But as you get gear, you'll start upping your crafting points. But you also want to keep an eye on craftsmanship, and control. Craftsmanship ups your progress bar stats, while control ups your quality stats. And of course, CP, like I said, it ups your thing. So look at my gear right now I'm wearing. And I got control, CP 8, craftsmanship, synced into my materia. So. So, for setups, if you're a high-end crafter, you want to try the balance out. It's like, try to get your craftsmanship and control, because later on your recipes get really high level. Like right now, let's see, I'll show my books. So, you notice that the characteristics in this category says, I have to have a requirement of craftsmanship of 2140, which I made. I'm over like 2400 each. And control required of 1990. That's the minimum requirement to access that recipe. Doesn't mean it's going to be easy though. If you have higher stats, you have a higher chance of making the item high quality, progress bar much easier. But if you make minimum, you're going to have a rough time crafting your stuff. You can craft, but it's going to be a difficult phase. So, referencing this, back to this, 500% efficiency. So you saw how my stat was. I was like getting 4,000 over a progress bar. So easily I can make an item. If I hit it, though, if I make it. Inner Quiet gives a bonus to control for every increase in quality. So every time you hit, first thing you want to do when you start as a low level, always activate this ability. It gives you a buff. Bonus stacks 11 times. So every time you do a quality, you get a stack, which enhances your quality efficiency in a way. So I'll show that a little later. You'll notice that it'll start increasing as you go. More quality stacks will go up. Observe. You do nothing for one step. It becomes a useful ability in the high-end levels. But right now, you look at it, it's like, why would I want to use this? You technically don't. It's not useful in the low levels at the moment. So, you can still keep it in there, but it's going to be useful much later, because they made it useful in the high-end area. Tricks of the trade. So, remember when I said conditions, good, excellent, poor, normal? Well, when it's in good or excellent, you can take an option if it's like, okay, I don't want to do anything, I'm running out of CP. You can take that, use the good or excellent status, and you'll get a 20 CP crafting points back into your pool. Quite often it becomes useful, but it's discretion. What's your scenario? What's going on? It's like, okay, my quality is really high. I need crafting points. I'll take the crafting point refresh, and then I'll just proceed the rest. When it's excellent, if you use it, you're going to go down to poor, and excuse me, you might really want to decide what you want to do after that, because if you're going to do a quality, you're not going to get much of a quality boost in your progress on that. Sometimes, often, if you're really good at timing, it's like, okay, my progress is going to take a while. I'll use the poor chance, up my progress a little bit, but don't tip it over to the point that you just automatically crafted the item. Waste not. This is where the durability, you can have certain abilities that will reduce your durability loss per progress or quality. Reduce the loss of durability by 50% for the next 4 steps. Costs a little bit, 56, a little expensive in the low levels, but in 5.2, they added a new skill recently. Increase efficiency of synthesis actions by 50% for the next 4 steps. So, if you're having a hard time up in the progress bar, it gives you a 50% boost on your bar. So, for right now, for me, what was it? Like, I had 900 stats. So, it increased by another 50. So, every time I do, let's say, basic synthesis, it'll give me about 1400 instead of 900 something. before. Standard touch, that's an improved version of the basic touch. That's the only one you're going to be using the most at some point for the low levels. Great strides. This one's very useful. Increases the efficiency of the next touch, which, you know, the quality, by 100% for the next 3 steps. So, when it stays active for 3 steps, it will stay active for 3 steps. But after that, it disappears, so you wasted your buff. So you want to use it within 3 steps. Normally, what you'll see my rotation going later in this video. So I'm just going down the steps. Innovation increases the efficiency of touch actions, almost like a variation. I tell you the truth, I haven't tested to see if they stack together. If it do, pretty much gonna be showing it. For the next 4 steps. So, actually, it's no wait, never mind. Sorry, never mind. I'll take that back. Variations for synthesis, which is progress. Innovations for the touch, which is quality. Sorry, my bad. They changed the last patch. It used to be both, but not anymore. Name of the elements. For the next 3 steps, brand of the elements efficiency is increased by 200%. Increase the current progress. Can only be used once. Okay, so certain items in Realm Reborn, and seriously, it's Realm Reborn only, pretty much, because I haven't seen anything in Heaven's Ward, I haven't seen anything Stormblood, or even Shadowbringers expansion right now, and this skill is utterly useless. There's certain things have elements, like, remember I said at certain crafters use certain elements? Well, this is where they come into play. Like, if I'm making, let's say, I'm using a Weaver item. I have an item... Actually, you know what? I think there was something in blacksmithing. Usually it's around between the 31-45 area. You have these weird... Let's see. It'll say on the characteristics. Huh. Okay, I had to switch to Weaver. Sorry. I know I've seen this. Huh. This is weird. I know I have this. Huh. No, that's okay. Huh. Okay, well, maybe I could be wrong. Maybe they changed something I didn't know. But either way, so certain items in the game has a thing. It says when you start crafting, you know how my character is like moving. What is it? Go back to Goldsmith here. Okay, you see how my character is standing still like this, you know. Well, those specific elemental items will actually have an elemental glow around it. So if you have a lightning, you'll see a lightning spark around your character, which means that's it has to be elementally branded, infused. Or if you have earth item, you'll see earth clusters coming around your body or something like that, your items. So you get the idea. What they do is they're much more difficult to progress and quality up. So that's why these brand items are more important. Because normally it's like, if I... it's like, you look at it, it's like, oh, increased progress 100%. Well, why not use basic? Yeah, your basic synthesis goes down to like half that. So you're like, well, okay, I used to do like 300% on, you know, the same equivalent level to whatever that item is. And all of a sudden you're doing half. It's because it's a branded item. So, but luckily you don't have to encounter that. Once you get in the high level end area after like 50, you don't have to worry about the brands. It's kind of irrelevant after a while. Final appraisal. The next action will be complete item synthesis. Will instead leave only 1 point left remaining. Stays active for 5. So if you're in a scenario like, okay, I want to craft this item, but I want to progress all the way up to there, but I don't want to finish it yet, but I still got to work on my quality. If you think you're going to tip over, use Final Appraisal. It'll actually take you down to 1 point away from progress. So all you have to do is just easy synthesis, you're done. But it's really handy sometimes if you feel like, okay, I need to work on progress a little bit because I'm kind of wavering about how my high quality status is, but I just want to be on precautions. Like, okay, I'd rather make an item than breaking it, you know. Waste Not is a improvement from Waste Not 1, but instead of being, what is it, four rounds, now it lasts for double that amount. And slightly cheaper in a way, because if you double up, it's 102 CPUs, but this one saves you 4. I don't use this too often, but when the option comes up, I'd rather use that than Waste Not 1. Collectible Synthesis, which there's certain items that actually are required to use collectibles. The one I'm doing right now is automatically collectibles. There are certain items that will just straight automatic goes into collectible mode, but there's certain items you have to activate, and then you say, okay, I can make this as a normal item, but there's a collectible version of it, and you're able to hand it in. Like I said, House of Spenders right here, Renoa, you hand in the collectible appraiser. So you make items, and like I said, there's certain, like you see this regular item, but it can be collectible. It's like it's an item you can use, but it can be collectible mode, and you have to reach a certain high quality, or AKA collectible. Bogart's Blessing, literally is a blessing. So increases quality, inner quiet effect ends upon use. Remember that inner quiet I said about stacks? It goes up to 11 times and it increases your progress or your quality as you increase it. Yeah, that's what Bogart's Blessing synergizes with it. So you use this ability, it sucks up all whatever stacks you have. So if I have, let's say, normally I go around like 9 to 11 stacks of inner quiet. When you activate this ability, it ends that effect, but depending on how many stacks you have, it's 100% efficiency plus 20% per stack. So if I had 8 stacks, I have 160% increase along with the 100. So 260% increase to your quality. You don't use this ability unless you're either in a good or excellent condition, and more likely you want to have that in excellent condition because that's 4 times multiplayer. So that 260 went 800. Oh, actually no. Do the math here. 260 times 4. Oh god, that's 1,024. Oh, that's delicious. Anyhow, back to that. Sorry. So you get Precise Touch, increases quality, increases the inner quiet stack by 1, which normally you get. Oh, sorry. Increases the inner stack, which is normal because that's what Basic Touch does. Sorry. Increases your quality, increases quality stack by 1, but it only can be available when it's in good or excellent status, which is normally the ability I use the most. So every time you have good or excellent, you want to have this because it doubles your stack. So instead of being like you start off one, oh good proc, okay, I use precise touch. Now I'm up to 3 stacks. Now you do something else, and all of a sudden you proc after that action, and all of a sudden you're now up to a good or excellent stats, precise touch again. So I went from 3 stacks to 5 now. It's pretty good. It's one of the best abilities. Muscle memory. This skill is very particular how this works. Increases progress by 300%. Cool. Success rate's 100%. Efficiency on your next synthesis action is increased by 100%. Remember this. Available only on the first step. So, if you're on an item that you don't need the high quality, this is very useful. Like, say, the Orchestron rolls I was talking about earlier, the songs. You don't need to make high quality or collectible status or whatever. You just fill the progress bars. And usually the songs are very hefty on the progress. Let's say, like, 4,000 or 8,000 the progress. And I only do 1,200 for normal basic progress. This will increase it by up to like 3,000. And then my next synthesis action, which if I use rapid synthesis, it goes up to 1,000 efficiency instead of 500 because it doubles up. So you want to try to use that more often if you're gonna do that type of method. Careful synthesis is an upgrade from basic synthesis. So you want to use that the most, and not to mention it does take CP. That's the only difference between the two, but I'd rather take the 7 CP than have 150%. Panic Touch increases quality, doubles the inner quiet stats when it's successful. Yeah, here's the thing: efficiency is 100, but the success rate's 50. Has the stacks when upon failure. It's one of those risk versus reward type deals. So inner quiet stacks are very important, but if you're at like a high level quality and you're like, okay, I need to up this inner stacks really badly, but I'm gonna take a chance and go from like a 5 stack to 10. Boom. All you have to do is just one little quality and you're up to maximum 11 stacks and do whatever the hell you need to do. But if you fail, that 5 stack went down to 2. Yeah. I don't use this too often, but if I feel a little bit on the gamble side, more power to you. Go for it. Manipulation, another durability and reduction, in a way. Restores 5 points of durability after each step for the next 8 steps. Okay, so you know how durability works. And when you hit 0, you're done. Well, thing is that with this particular skill, if I'm at 10 durability and I do an action while manipulation's in play, you're like, oh, okay, I'm down to 5. No. It takes the 10 durability, or whatever action that takes durability, takes that and knocks it down to 0. That's it, you're done. But if you have Waste Not, it takes you down to 5. So you gotta remember, manipulation, you gotta, if you're at 15, that's great, you're down, but it'll take you down to 10. But if you hit that 10 and then use the ability to, craft or synthesis or progress or high quality it, you break the item because it starts with the durability loss first, then it activates the manipulation. But because it broke, manipulation doesn't activate. But Waste Not is a different story because it reduces the lost durability by 50%. So if it's normally if he did whatever action that takes durability, which is basic 10, it goes down to 5. So if you're at 10, it goes down to 5. But here's the thing: Waste Not, manipulation, stack. So but still do not be at 10 because it still takes that effect. I had that happen once before, and I was like, "Well, I'm at 10." Nope, still broke it. Don't ask, but it still broke the method. So you want to be at least 15 if you're at it. Like I said, these two do stack together, so when you do action, you actually don't lose any durability, pretty much. Unless you have ability that takes 20, obviously that's going to take 10 points off you. Prudent Touch increases quality at half the durability cost. I never used this one. And no, just no. Because the thing is, it's efficiency of 100. Yes, instead of being 10, it'll be down to 5, but the CP costs, not worth it. I never use this ability. I have it on my hotbar, but I never use this ability because it's not worth it. Especially the rotation I do. Focus Synthesis increases progress efficiency by 200%. Success rate is 50%. Remember when I said Observe becomes useful later on? This is it. When you activate Observe, this success rate goes to 100%. What's good about this skill? You remember how conditions work? Anytime you do action, the conditions change sometimes. There's a chance. Well, let's say right now I started off. Okay, I use Observe. I have normal. Beginning. Also, I use Observe. Oh, wait, I went up to good. I use Focus Synthesis. Boom. Focus Touch. High quality, the quality version of it. Same thing. Observe ups the success rate. This is pretty much your bread and butter combination in this levels when you get to this point. 67, 68. You'll see my things later on. Reflect increases quality, 100% success rate, 100% increases inner quiet stacks by 3. This is a very useful skill. I love it to death at this high level area because one, it gives you the inner stack quiet automatically, so you don't have to spend 18 points on that. Instead, you only spend 24, and you get 3 stacks off the bat. Cool. So you always want to have that activated if it's only available in the first action, so you gotta do that first thing. Unless you're doing something that requires progress, just go with muscle memory. But other than that, always start with Reflect. Preparatory Touch increases quality at greater cost of duration. This is where I talked about earlier about duration. Certain actions will only take 10, but there's some that doubles up to 20. Increases quality at greater cost of durability. Increases inner quiet stack by 1, so it gives you additional. But the efficiency is at 200%, but the durability is at 20. So instead of starting off to say an item that's 60, you're down to 40. Not the greatest thing. Yes, Waste Not and Manipulation will reduce it down greatly, but look at the CP cost. That's the thing, you gotta keep an eye about your CPs. Groundwork, new skill that came out in 5.2. I haven't used it yet. Increases progress at a greater cost of durability. Again, another one of those gimmicks. Efficiency decrease. This is another thing. Efficiency decreased by half when durability is below durability cost. So, Manipulation, Waste Not, this makes it irrelevant. So, but it's kind of useful if you actually have, what the hell? Muscle memory in play, if you're actually just straight up doing durability. This is useful. Delicate Synthesis, increase both progress and quality. Simple as that. 32 costs. If you're doing a low level crafting item, this is not a problem. This is actually kind of handy. Intensive Synthesis, increase progress by 300%. This is the progress version of the good or excellent condition. think where was it? Or I could be wrong, actually. Or I could be wrong. Wait a minute. Hold up, sorry. I thought it was an ability that actually does that too. No, I guess not. I was wrong. I remember it was something like that. Maybe it's something I'm missing. So it only activates on good or excellent condition. Sometimes if you use muscle memory and good or excellent procs, this is a useful skill to use. Train Eye, I don't think I... Oh, this is the one, this is a really nice one. Increases quality to 100%. You'll be like, wait, what? Yeah, you make a high quality item automatically. But you still gotta progress it though. Available, here's the kicker though. It's only available in the first step. Okay, no problem. For the first step, boom, high quality item. Here's the kicker. The recipe has to be 10 levels below what you have. So, if you're in the current content, which is Shadowbringers right now, you're not going to make a high quality item using this ability. But if you're doing anything like that's high-end Stormblood or below that, I'll make high quality. The only thing that sucks is that CP costs 250. So, okay, after all that explanation... God, this video must be up to 20-30 minutes right now. Sorry for all this long-winded. So let's get to the nitty-gritty of crafting. So, I got a bunch of options. I could craft this automatically, but why would I do that? Because this is a collectability item. So, I have Train Eye. I could automatically high quality this, but I won't. So I have Reflect. Gets me 3 stacks of Inner Quiet. But, let's not be cheesy. I'll give you the basic steps how this is done normally. So, like I said earlier, Inner Quiet. You start that off. I got my stack. So, another option. Either use Hasty Touch, which costs no CP, but has a 50% chance fail rate. Or, you could use the Observe and the Focus series. Or Focus Touch in this case. So, I'll do the one method, the Hasty Touch method. Now I have 2 stacks of Inner Quiet. Now, 911 points of high quality has been added. Let's try again. Now I'm at stack 3. Now I'm at 1126. As you see. So every time your Inner Quiet goes up, your stats for your quality goes up higher. Now, you see my durability is low. Let's use Manipulation. Oh wait, I proc good condition. I'm going to use Precise Touch, which doubles my stacks and also up my progress a little bit more, or my quality a lot more. So, I'm going to actually take the opportunity. So, now I'm at 3 Inner stacks. I'm up to 5, and up my progress more. And also, because it was good condition, I got a bonus out of it. So, I'm at halfway of my quality status, and I'm at 5 stacks. Which, honestly, I have enough progress to do this. So, remember Great Strides. Skill increases efficiency of the next touch action by 100% for the next 3 steps. I'm going to take that hit. Now, Manipulation went activated and up my durability. So my durability went up by 5 points. Now I'm going to use Innovation. Increases the efficiency of touch actions by 50%. So it stacks with Great Strides. So knowing it doubles my efficiency for the quality, this is also increasing it by 50% more. So I'm activating it. No condition changes. My durability went up by additional 5 because of Manipulation. Now I'm going to use Burgott's Blessing. So this is where my stacks go bye-bye. But because I have great strides and innovation in play, it's gonna go crazy. So right now, 100% efficiency plus my 5 stacks, which is 100. So I have a 200% efficiency, along with the great strides, which doubles it, and innovation increases by 50%. So technically, I have a 600%. Oh, actually, you know what? Calculations. I gotta use this thing. This is kind of nice. I like this. So... Huh. Oh, there it is. Yeah. 450% efficiency. And I do a progress increase of 8,307, which is way over my quality. So, I'm going to activate it. Boom. Oh, look, I hit good condition. I'm going to use Trick of the Trade. I need CP back. Boom. 317, 337 crafting points. So, now, I'm at high quality. Now I gotta finish the item. So, now looking at it, I'm at Manipulation 3 and Innovation. I'm going to use the new skill of Variation, which has increased my synthesis by 50%. Manipulation activate, 50 durability back. So now with the 50% increase, now I'm going to use Careful Synthesis, which is 150% increase. Or in this case, for what it's showing, 225% efficiency increase. So 1847, that'll be it. I could finish it off with this, with Rapid Synthesis, but I have a 50% chance of failing it. But if you want to play it safe, I play careful. And item's done. Boom. Now I have a high quality item. So that's the hasty touch method. Actually, I kind of like this code calculation system. It's actually kind of nice. It's been added in this patch, so if you're wondering, like, what the hell is this? It's really nice. So, that was the hasty touch method. Now, let's go back to Reflect, which gives me 3 stacks of Inner Quiet. Now, this is the Observe method. Now, I hit Observe. No change. I'm going to use Focus Touch. Now I got 4 stacks of Inner Quiet. I'm going to hit Manipulation so I get my durability. Good condition came up. But I'm going to, in this condition, I'm going to actually... actually, no. What I'm going to do is Precise Touch. So, this is the one skill you want to use the most when you're in this condition status. 150% efficiency to your quality, but it gives you 2 stacks of Inner Quality. So, whoop. Now I'm at 6 stacks. Now, I'm gonna progress this. Inner Quiet. Oh, good condition popped. If you're ever in a good condition, you always want more stacks. So, even though I use Observe, I could use Focus Touch, but always use Precise Touch. Item's done. And I'm just gonna do... Oh, excellent proc. And that gives me Intensive Synthesis, which is 300% efficiency. Now let's go see the calculations of that. Yeah, 450% efficiency and increases by 3,694. That's way exceeding. Done. Boom. Let me go to a more difficult synthesis, and I'll show you how full Observe method works. This is high-end crafting, but not super high-end crafting. Because the stuff I did, well, it's trivial. This one I'm doing is not so trivial, but it's enough to actually be a little slight challenge. Ugh. A lot of people in the zone. Plus, I'm streaming this, so it's not helping my condition either. Okay. Okay, let's say Beehive Strip. Or no. No, I'll do this one. This is a more difficult craft. So, difficulty 3,348 progress, and my max quality level has to be at 11,249, and durability is 60. So, game on! Turn that off. So, I'm going to do the observe method. Activate reflect, get my inner stacks. Manipulation, so I get my durability up. Observe. Nothing changed. Go in focus touch. Observe. Good condition. I'm going precise touch, get double stack. Or not double stack, stack twice. Observe. Nothing. Focus touch. I am at near max quality, so I'm gonna go Great Strides. And just for shits, what happens if I did this? I will have a quality up, so that's done. I'll hit Borgot's Blessing. Done. Oh, I hit excellent. But I'm not going to take that. I'm going to take the Tricks of the Trade. Varination's activated. And I'm going to take... You know what, I'm going to use Groundwork because I'm at 50% and I have the increase, which will show... Groundwork. If I use this ability, it'll be 3568, which is way over the progress. So, boom. Ta-da! So, that's pretty much crafting in a nutshell, or how much this is. And it looks like I got a train coming up soon. So, hunt's coming up for me. That's crafting for you. It's not that hard once you get used to it. Have a method, just get a rotation going. And the most I ever use is the observe focus method. I use Hasty Touch if I actually feel risky because that 50% chance of failing. But it keeps the CP levels in check. But do what it feels like it will become natural, or you feel a little risky, or such. Or actually, you know what? I haven't really show you what the most riskiest one. Let's see. Turn that off. Okay, so I'll go Inner Quiet stacks. Actually, I'll take a Precise Touch. I'm gonna take this one. Oh, jeez. Really? This is not a good time to do this to me. Okay, let's play risky here. Or not. I forgot. Oh, crap baskets. Okay. This failed. See, this is what happens. Sometimes Ring Jesus plays you like that. See how easy that went? Boom. If that condition comes up a lot, it'd be a godsend. But when there's times you're like, I need a freaking excellent, come on! Then you're like, screw you. So, okay, back to what I was originally doing. Okay, so I'm gonna take Manipulation. Now, remember that one skill, Panic Touch? It doubles the stacks you have, but you have a 50% chance of screwing it up. I'm gonna show you. Okay, I'm at 3 stacks. Let's get it up to 5. Okay, I'm at 4. Now, let's roll the bones. I hit Panic Touch. Failed. I went to 3. I do Precise Touch, got back to 5. Panic Touch. Now I'm up to 10 stacks. That's just overkill. 20,000, 27,000. Yeah. Done. See? Risk versus reward. As I was saying from Dirty Harry. Well, do you feel lucky? Do ya? Punk? For me, not really. I'm never lucky. So, yep, that's crafting in a nutshell. So, sorry if this video's been a little long, but I gotta be thorough about this. So, that's it. I'm done. Bye.